I bet it feels good though.
Alright, well, good afternoon, friends. We're camping out here at Francis Slocum State Park. You'll have to excuse the campsite's sort of a mess. We're transitioning between one thing and another, and it's extremely hot, and so it's tough to get anything really accomplished. But the kids are having fun making a mess of things. Lately, I've been cooking a lot more with charcoal. For Christmas, I got this charcoal chimney, and been kind of experimenting with it a good bit. In the past, I've always used just Kingsford charcoal, but because I want to try to get a better flavor of food and use better stuff and just trying to experiment, we're just using the Walmart brand hickory briquettes. I'm going to try those. They also have mesquite there, and someone also recommended to make the cowboy blend, so I think that's probably what we'll get next. But I bought these. We're grilling some hamburgers tonight over the charcoal, burgers and fries, and just kind of a simple camping meal. The candles seem to be doing a pretty good job of keeping the bugs away. That is an issue probably around here in this time of year, which is July. So it's hot and muggy everywhere. And any place where there's any kind of water, there's mosquitoes. Other than that, the site has treated us pretty well. So as far as the best strategy for lighting this, I've got a bunch of newspaper kind of shoved in the bottom and the charcoal on top, and that seems to be what works. It's just sometimes getting newspaper to light. You'd think it'd be easy, but I don't know. I don't think I could start a wildfire in Canada if I tried. So maybe it's just me. But this might work. And this stuff says it's ready to cook in 15 minutes, so we'll see. I was told to kind of wait till it stops smoking. And one other thing, friends, I do want to mention is I am looking to get some sort of different charcoal grill, probably for next season. We'll just keep getting by with this, but something else, small and compact to fit in an RV storage area. So let me know what you think in the comments. If there's something you guys use,
Don't touch, William.
it'd be great to hear about it. Well, friends, good morning. We're over here still at Francis Slocum. Today's hike is going to be at Bear Creek Preserve. I think there's some sort of nature center over there, so we're going to go check that out first and maybe get some insight on the hike we plan to do, because we're not sure exactly what route we're going to take yet. Alright, my friends, we are here at the Bear Creek Preserve. I should mention to you, friends, that this is closed on Mondays, so don't try to come here on a Monday. Today I think is Friday though, so we're good. It is open. Your GPS wants you to drive up there, but it appears that you cannot. There's a nice parking lot here, so it's all good. I think there's some sort of nature center up at the top of this hill, so that's something we definitely want to check out here. So here at Bear Creek Preserve, there's 4,000 acres of preserved land along the Lehigh watershed, and they do have trail maps and stuff here. This is probably the same map I've been looking at online. There are some waterfalls here that we would like to go see, and then scenic overlook too. It's around 10 o'clock, so I expect today to be hot. So remains to be seen how far we might actually be able to walk today. Alright, so friends, I guess when they say preserve center, it's essentially just a maintenance building up here. I guess there's somebody in the office. It doesn't really say what's going on or what the story is here. So we're just gonna walk and hope for the best. It looks like we're a little late for mountain laurel. Had the mountain laurel still been in bloom, this would be very pretty, I'm sure. but it's probably a couple weeks ago. I think our plan, we came up here to the Preserve Center, walked a little bit on the green trail. I think we're going to go check the scenic overlook out, and then we'll connect back in with the green trail and head down this way. And right now we're kind of at the intersection of the green from the Preserve Center comes this way and the yellow goes that way. It seems though that all the trails are pretty well marked. They've got nice little arrows on the trees, color coded. We shouldn't get lost. The goal then is to hike part of the red trail probably down, see if we can see the waterfalls from the red trail, and then if you can't, then there's like a gray path that goes down, I think on the other side of the creek. Potentially the better views of the falls are from there. But if we can see the falls good from the red trail, then the red trail loops back around the opposite direction and leads us back to here. So I think we'll do that. We've been basically walking through head height mountain laurel, which has been really cool. It would have been really nice to see it in bloom, but the yellow trail here opens up to this rock outcropping that we're on right now. It's covered in wild blueberries, so that's what Rachel and the kids are going to enjoy here. You can see a good ways. It is a pretty nice overlook. I would suggest though, when you're walking around these kind of places, I haven't seen any yet, but it's highly likely that there's snakes.
Ready?
Right now we're in the shade, so it's not that bad, and there is a little bit of a breeze. I think what we're going to be doing today is going to be about 6 miles, so it's going to be strenuous. That's why I'm saying hopefully there's not a whole lot of elevation gain, but we shall see. I think we already kind of gained a lot of it walking up the gravel road from the truck. Friends, for a short while back, I don't know, probably about 10 years ago, I actually worked at a golf course up here in the Pocono region, and I didn't get a chance to do a whole lot of adventuring during that time period. I was mostly focused on work, but from what little I know and what little I did do, this landscape with all the mountain laurel and the wild blueberries, it's classic of Pocono region landscape, and so it brings back some memories being back up here. Where I worked actually wasn't too far from where we're at right now. I think I get a little turned around sometimes in this vicinity, but it's very interesting, and I like that it's rocky terrain along this cliff. The creek is somewhere down below, so eventually I believe we're going to get down to it. So friends, after being at Ricketts Glen yesterday, if you look at a small waterfall like this, you might think it doesn't compare, but I'm enjoying this way more. Like, it's an odd setting. It almost doesn't seem natural. You can see over there like the rock face, and the cliffs just kind of continue, and then behind me over there, Rachel and the kids are gonna try to come down here somehow, I think. I don't know if they'll be able to make it. So friends, a few minutes ago I was sitting by a waterfall telling you how beautiful this place is, and then out of nowhere comes thunder, lightning, rainstorm. Now luckily, the bulk of the storm was just to the south of us, but we did get hit with a good bit of rain. So now we're sitting under this here hemlock tree, and it's provided a good shelter for us to stay out of the rain anyway. And it's a small tree, so it shouldn't be a lightning rod at least.
That's so silly. That sounds so gross in my ear.
But it looks like the rain is about done, so I think we're gonna get back on the trail. I think we've decided to just continue on the red trail the whole way out, and then the gray trail along the creek back to the truck. So it's still probably gonna be about 6 miles total. I think. What have we done so far, do you know?
We've done about 1.25 miles, maybe.
4 miles left to go.
I think we should get moving. There's still thunder. I didn't see any lightning though. But this tree is nice. Really nice umbrella. But the kids are getting antsy, so we need to move on.
I'm antsy.
It is also important to note, friends, that the cell service here with Verizon is fairly limited. So for me to like load the radar, when I heard the thunder, to see what was happening, it took a while. I had like 2 bars. It did load eventually, but I never got a real clear picture. But I could see that the storm was to the south and was not spreading or building up in this direction. So we should be good. The bulk of the rain was supposed to be this afternoon, so we figured we'd be all right. Of course, we got a late start today. A really late start. We got up early yesterday, and yesterday's hike was exhausting. And so we wanted to get a good breakfast in this morning to give us some energy for this long hike. Friends, at this point here, the green trail goes back that way. This is where we just came from, and that'll just make a short loop if you can't or don't want to walk very far. That's not a bad loop because it gets you to the scenic overlook, and it also gets you to that waterfall that I just shown you, although you do have to climb down the waterfall just a smidge in order to get to that. There's definitely scenery there. We are interested in seeing the rest of the creek though, as well as this topography up here on top of the ridge, I guess you'd call it. It's like a plateau up here, I guess. You can tell it's very flat from here on that way, a good ways anyway.
The app says fly poison. Sarah, don't touch, because I'm hoping it'll give me more information about what that is. We don't have very good service though, so.
Yeah, like I said, the service is bad, but
back at
least it tells you what it is. Friends, it looks like we're about to begin our descent into the gorge. This way there's like a rock face or a cliff or whatever, and that's what that little waterfall we showed you earlier was coming down. So far we've been hiking the top of that, and now this red trail has dipped down beneath it. At some point in time in history, the river was at this level, and then it's eroded its way down, and that's how these gorges are created. And friends, it's times like these where you're looking at a place like this and you're just wondering what's living over there. And you know what? If I was a Sasquatch, I'd be thinking about living someplace like this. So maybe we'll find Bigfoot today. Maybe he's over there. And obviously, friends, this is just a pipeline right of way, so I mean, nothing really natural and beautiful about it, but it does give you a nice view of the topography. So the river is down that hill, and then you can tell how the land is around here. It's rolling hills, Pennsylvania. Same thing that way. Goes back up to the level that we were on before. So it seems like this gorge area, you got that level and this level, and it's kind of like a shelf almost. All right, my friends, I can hear the stream, and that's a sound that means truly magical stuff is about to happen. Honestly, I think when we get to the stream, I might just lay down in it because I'm sweating like crazy. It's got to be 95 degrees out or something. I don't know. But I hear the stream, I see rhododendrons, and I'm going in. Sarah.
Guess what?
What?
I caught a toad.
Did you?
Yeah, and it's still in my hand.
So friends, we've left the red trail. That goes back up on top. But now we're here at the purple and gray trail. And somewhere around here there ought to be a bridge. Oh, Rachel found it. So there's a bridge. So that's exciting. If you've seen one of our episodes earlier than a year, you know that crossing creeks where there's no bridges, it just doesn't work for us.
Daddy,
This is,
another toad.
oh, Sarah found another toad, so that's great. This is a very primitive bridge, but it's a bridge nonetheless. So we shall cross. Friends, you'll have to check out these beautiful white pines that are here along the creek. There's really some nice trees down in this area. There's another one.
This isn't really video appropriate, but I was just thinking if there wasn't a thunderstorm about to crash down on us, we should strip and swim here.
Okay.
Oh, look how deep it is.
I mean, I was just telling you I wanted to lay in the creek not that long ago. So I guess her point is valid, except for I don't know if we'd be swimming naked with the kids. The rhododendron, friends, are really in bloom down here by the creek. I know these ones right here, I'm going to do it justice. They're in like pockets, north facing, south facing, how much shade they get, how much warmth they get. But this heat probably is really going to spring them into action. I believe where we're going tomorrow, we should hopefully get some as well. The landscape here is really quite beautiful. Rachel and I were talking a little bit ago, and we both have really enjoyed this trail, even a little bit more than Ricketts Glen. It's the diversity of the landscape here. As you can see, 1 minute you're in a rhododendron tunnel. Up top was all the mountain laurel. You got these big white pines. And this is a really, really interesting creek bed. I'm hoping you can see it, but the way the rock is, with different sections where the stone is softer or eroded away. It's very, very cool, and not something you see every day. I'm waiting for them to catch up and checking on the map to make sure we're in the right spot or doing the right thing or whatever. Should note that this is called Shades Creek here, and this is the Lehigh River watershed. So I read that wrong, or told you wrong earlier. This ain't the Lehigh River, it's Shades Creek and Bear Creek, and all that stuff runs into the Lehigh River. Friends, when you cross the pipeline here on the gray trail, there's an arrow in a tree right there pointing you kind of into the woods here, but then the trail just kind of completely disappears. Rachel did find the next gray marker. Friends, we cannot afford to get lost here, and we cannot afford to go back the way we came. We are trying to make very calculated decisions because, yeah, we can't go back. So, but if you're here, just know that the next gray marker, you kind of come in and you go towards the stream a bit, and I'll let you know kind of what the trail looks like when I get over there to where she's at. Yeah, here's your path. Generally speaking, friends, this has been a very well marked trail up until now, and there's a pipeline back there, and we just actually seen a guy on a UTV. They've got UTV paths going every which way. The pipeline's there, and so it kind of muddles up the walking path. Up until now, there's only really been like one track, but back there was several different options and not enough of gray arrows to point you in the right way. And the guy on the UTV actually told us he almost never sees people back here. So I guess this is fairly primitive. Okay, onward we go.
I bet it feels good though. Does it get deeper yet?
Alright friends, the audio might suck because I'm filming on my phone with no mic. But we're walking through the creek because I didn't just walk 6 miles to not get you footage of what we came here to see. Plus it feels really good to be walking in the water other than the sharp rocks on my feet. But I'm trying to figure out how to get across here. It's really deep. Okay, so friends, you definitely don't actually need to wade through the creek to see that waterfall. With your own eyes, you can see it just fine from this side. However, the camera is not as good. And so I didn't want the experience to not include getting a good shot of it. So I hope I did that. I hope you'll give me a subscribe or a like or something for that one, because now I'm all wet. Kids are fascinating. And it's like they go through mood swings too. Sarah, she really knows how to stop and smell the roses and appreciate little things. She's been catching toads and talking about butterflies and all sorts of stuff like that. And at the beginning of the hike, actually, she wasn't real motivated, but it just takes little things like that, like the toads, to keep her motivated. Towards the end of the hike now, she's actually probably more motivated than the rest of us. Yeah, I mean, kids are fickle and they're interesting, but I guess if you'd have done the first mile or two with her, you'd have thought she didn't like hiking. But here we are at the finish line, essentially, and she could probably keep going, and the rest of us are just craving the AC. Just some thoughts as we finish up this hike. When we get back to the truck, we're going to head back to Francis Slocum and hopefully get in the pool. Hopefully it's open today. It wasn't yesterday. we came back to the campground and ate some quick snacks and stuff, and our objective was to head over to the pool and cool off. Before we get to the pool, and just then a bolt of lightning shut her down. There's a storm pretty close to us, actually, to the north, and so it's got the pool shut down for the rest of the day. So we come back here and they showered and stuff, and since we're here for 4 nights, I think it is, which is more than our typical 3-night trip, and with the tank capacities of this rig, 3 nights and a certain amount of showers, we kind of know is the limit. So a few years ago, we bought this portable gray tank. I think we have a whole video on it. I can link to it up there. We don't use it much, but we carry it with us everywhere just in case, you know, something happens with the kids or something, that they got to take more showers or whatever. But this trip we knew we had to, so I'm emptying it today. This is 21 gallons. Our tank is a little bigger. We had exactly 21 gallons of water because I had to actually shut the valve before this overfilled. But I wanted to get this out of the way because Walter's going to be here with us tomorrow, so I don't want to do anything extra tomorrow that would interrupt whatever plans we make. So I'm getting this done, then I'm going to shower, and then we're going to cook dinner. Show you that. That'll be the end of the episode then. And then next week's episode will be Choke Creek Falls, which is where we're going in the morning. We're getting up early, so yeah, we're just going to eat some chicken, and then we're going to go to bed. So take us over to the dump station now, though. Maybe.
Don't climb up there, buddy. Not yet.